Continue.
This is my emergency bus. My emergency door. My emergency door exit. The glass is clean, secure, not broken, and the metal molding is in place. The door handle is working. It opens and closes freely. It works because I hear the buzzer. My light is clean, secure, not broken, and it works. My flip cushion, my flip seat, flips up and down, so that works. I will open one of my emergency windows just to test it, make sure that it's working. It opens and closes freely, and the metal and the handle works. As I'm approaching, I have another emergency exit. I will inspect it, open it in case of an emergency. I will turn it to exit, lift it up, as just like I did the back one. Now we'll go to my driver's seat. My seat is not damaged and is secured to the floor.
That's not her making that noise? What's that noise for?
Check transmission.
Is that supposed to happen?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
My seatbelt is not frayed. It's not ripped. It's a little bent, but it's not frayed or ripped. And it is secured to the floor.
And it works.
And it works. I will now turn the engine on. My DEF light just came on and it went off, and it's an eighth of a tank. I have my passenger heaters on low and high. There's two of them on high and low, and both of them are working. I have my fans, my driver's fan, that work on high and low. I have my interior lights, and they are working. My driver's dome light, it is working. I'm going to turn, you know that my strobe is working, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. My clearance lights are on, and they are working.
Did you do passenger?
I did my passenger heaters first.
Right.
Yeah. My defroster works from high and low. It's working. My heater works from high and low, and it is also working. My windshield wiper right turn signal is working. My left turn signal is working. My windshield wiper is working from high to low. There's no damage to the blades, and it's supposed to be some fluid coming out of here, but they're working. My hazard lights are working on and off. My light switch is working. Now we'll go to my gauges. I'm waiting for my governor to shut out between 120 and 140. It should be shutting out very soon. Let's turn it off. I thought I did.
Yeah.
It's,
no. There you go.
Okay, my gauges, my oil, my PSIs should be between 30 and 70. It's at 50, so it's working. My water temperature gauge should be between 165 and 205. It is not working. It should be working, but... And my fuel, I have enough fuel for this trip. My air compressors are working from 90 to 120. It's normal operating range. My governor should be shutting out between 120 and 140. PSI. Did it shut out already? So I'm just waiting for my governor to shut up.
Did you blow the horn?
Oh.
And
my horn.
And you got one more thing to do. The interior.
Oh my God! Yes, yes. My windshield is clean, secure, not broken, and there are no obstructions. My mirrors are clean, secure, not broken, along with my passenger mirror, and they're adjusted for me.
Yeah.
Darn it. I forgot that part.
That's what it just clicked. Okay.
Vote meter.
Oh, goodness. My vote meter should be between 12 and 14. It's at 13.8, so it is working. Dang. I'm forgetting everything, ain't it?
No.
You just forgot 2 things?
Yeah, you're right. Keep moving.
I know.
I need a drink.
And then you
Push your
remember?
rabbit.
I probably had too much drink.
Push your rabbit.
Which one is the rabbit?
Go up.
Fast item?
Yes.
May I push? Thank you.
There you go.
My governor has just shut off, and now we'll turn my engine off.
Okay.
Release.
This ain't post trip. Onto the buzzer. Okay. Now I will be explaining to you the air brake test. I will turn my ignition to on. I will push in my parking brake
To release.
to release it. I will turn my engine back on. I don't know.
Okay, you turned it off, you turn it on, and then you release.
So,
It's off right now, position. Turn it on.
all the way.
No, just
Battery
on,
power.
and then release. There we go. And then now, you're going to explain.
Okay, now I'm going to explain to you how to do, everything's going off. Now I'm going to explain to you how to do the service brake test. I will do the service brake test.
Air brake.
Air brake test. I will apply my foot to the service brake
Firmly.
and I will hold it for 1 minute to make sure that I don't use more than 3 psi for 1 minute.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's the first part of the service brake test.
Yes. And then we're going to tell you when to start.
Okay. I'm waiting for my needle to settle,
Mm-hmm.
and it has settled.
Okay, and then?
Please start my time now.
Okay.
I need to see 59. I need to see 59.
It's coming. Don't worry, it's coming.
I'm going to go a little over the 1 minute to like 1:05, just to make sure that our times are syncing. I don't even want to look at it, make the time go slow. That's the part I got to on, off.
And release.
On.
No, off, on, release.
Off.
On,
On.
release.
My clearance light's working. You got it? My left turn signal is working. Clearance light is working. And my left turn signal is working. Clearance light is working.
Okay, you can stop.
A minute has passed and I did not lose more than 3 psi in 1 minute.
Very good.
Now I will explain to you the second part of the air brake test.
Mm-hmm.
I will pump my brakes until I build up enough pressure to...
Lose pressure.
I will lose pressure at 55 to 60 psi.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second portion, I will pump until I go down to 20 and 40
PSI.
psi. I'm doing this until my indicator comes on and it holds and the buzzer sounds and it did.
And it's working properly?
And it's working properly. Now I will pump down to 20 to 40 psi.
And then?
And then my brake should release, should come out.
Okay,
should
good.
pop out. It popped.
There you go.
My spring brake has come out, and that concludes my air brake test.
Turn it off.
And then?
Now I'll press my post strip button because That part is over.
Thank you, Jesus.
Hallelujah. On, off, release. What was it? Off?
Off, on, release. Okay.
And we will continue to our suspension test.
Right. Front suspension.
Front suspension, rear suspension.
Get out the way. Yes, ma'am.
How I'm doing with time? Probably 20 minutes already. Jesus. Okay, we'll start with my front suspension. I have my spring mounts. They're well greased. They're not cracked or damaged. I have my C-clamps and my U-bolts, and they are secure in place. They're not cracked. They're not damaged. My leaf springs, there are no springs missing. They're secure. They're not cracked or damaged, and they're not leaking. And they're not shifting. My shock absorbers are secure at both ends, and there are no leaks. My air chamber, there's no cracks, no damages, and no leaks. My spring mount and my slack adjuster. My slack adjuster and my push rod. My push rod, there's no cracks or damages. There's no leaks. And my push rod, there's not more than 1 inch pull. Now I go to my tires. My front tires can't be any less than 432 tire inch depth. They cannot be worn dangerously thin. No uneven wear. They cannot be recapped, and they cannot be mismatched. My rim, there are no cracks, no damages. My tire wall is smooth. There's no slices, no cuts, and no bulges. My tire rim cannot be cracked, damaged, and it is secure in its place. My valve stem is properly capped and tight, and it has 100 psi, and that can be checked with a gauge. My brake shoe, there's no cracks, there's no damages, and no leaks. And my it's no disc shoe. This is my brake drum, no cracks, no leaks, no damages, and secure in its place. Dental wells. Okay, dental wells. If it was a 2015 or better, there would be a brake shoe, and there would be a disc, and the disc cannot be worn dangerously thin with no grease or oil on it. My lug nuts, there's none missing. There's no sign of rust, because rust would indicate that they're loose. My hub oil seal cap is in place. It's filled to the capacity. My fuel gauge is secure. There's no cracks, no damages, no leaks, and it's secure in its cage. My mud flap swings back and forth freely, and there's no damage, and it's secure. My fuel tank door opens and closes freely. The cap is secure in its place. There are no leaks. My rear spring mount, C-clamps, and U-joints, I would inspect them the same as I did the front. My rear tire cannot be no less than 232 tire inch depth. They can be recapped but not mismatched. My butt spacing is clear. They are evenly spaced. There's no debris that would cause any danger in there. My tire, the side wall along with the lug nuts, the rim, my valve stem, my lug nuts, I would inspect the same as I did in the front. My rear axle is in place. The lug nuts are in place. The nuts and bolts are in place, and it is secure. It's secure in its place. There's no damage. There's no cracks. and it's working properly.
Hey,
What I missed? Do what?
Frame.
Oh, I didn't do it. Damn it.
You come from back here.
I can?
It goes all the way back here.
yeah, it runs the length of the
I don't know
bus.
where it is that day. Okay. My frame and my cross members. There's no cracks, no damages, no leaks, and no missing cross members.
And they're not bent.
And they're not bent.
Sorry.
Damn.
Should have said it sooner.
Damn.
Oh no, I was trying to.
But it's something,
I
yeah.
was on the thing.
Yeah. You was on what? I
The
ain't seen
phone.
it.
She was.
So I was like, oh, it's a buddy center.
Now I'm at the rear of the bus, and I see that it's not leaning to either side. There is a wire hanger, but it's not supposed to be, and there's no leaks. My reflector tape is not cracked or damaged. My rear window is clean, secure, and not damaged. The rubber molding is in place. It's properly labeled. Huh? It's properly labeled now. I'll open the engine. Give me a half a second.